Randy Martinson with Martinson Ag Risk Management is here to shed more light on these reports. Randy, first of all, what's your big takeaway from these reports?
Well, I guess the big thing that kind of surprised me, there was three. Spring wheat acres not being as cut as much as expected. We thought we would have seen a little bit more, especially because of the trouble that we've had marketing wheat in the last year. Corn acres being a little bit less than anticipated, 1,000,000 less than what we thought, and then soybean acres being about 1,000,000 more than we expected.
And we've heard a lot about corn and soybean and wheat. Let's talk about some of the other crops. Let's start with barley.
For many years, North Dakota has been the leader as far as barley production, as far as the U.S. is concerned. We're not going to be anymore. We saw a drop of 17% in the nation. North Dakota in itself was a 36% decrease in acres. I mean, that's huge when you look at the big number.
Okay, and how about Durham?
Durham acres were down too. I mean, you look at the Durham acres and the nation as a whole was down 17%. North Dakota, surprisingly, was down close to 21%. Didn't expect to see that kind of a drop, especially with the premium that's carried over spring wheat. A lot of producers prefer raising Durham.
Dry beans?
Dry beans, North Dakota didn't see as much of a cut as I thought we would have seen. We actually came in with a 1% cut. As far as the nation as a whole, 12% increase. I think that falls more into the play with what happened with soybeans, because everybody's looking for a little bit less expensive crop to plant, a little less fertilizer, a little less input needs. So that, I think, is helping the dry bean market out a little bit to gain some acres.
Looks like an uptick in chickpeas.
Oh, huge. I mean, again, Canada had problems. We're seeing a big production increase as far as peas are concerned. Last year we did. I thought we were going to kill that market last year just because of the increase that we saw in North Dakota. This year we're still looking at another 53% increase in acres as far as the nation as a whole. The demand is there.
Another one that's up is canola.
Canola acres record, actually, as far as the U.S. is concerned. Looking at canola acres up close to 12%. North Dakota is going to see an increase of about 3%. So big increase in canola. And again, Canada had some problems. It looks like they're going to go more soybeans, and that's also helped influence our acres down here.
What are we seeing in flax?
Flax acres are down big. Again, kind of following the same trend line that we're seeing as far as canola up in Canada, some troubles. We're seeing, I was surprised to see that much of a drop here in North Dakota. I know South Dakota's seeing a big drop as well. So it's going to be interesting. Again, the earlier season crops and in areas that they had trouble, they had more moisture, and that could be influencing some of that decision too.
Well, and of course, as spring plays out, you never know what is really going to go into the ground until it happens.
That's true, and right now, that's a big part. I mean, right now, it looks like we're going to have an early spring. The continued spring like it is, it's likely we're going to see more early spring crops. The wheat, the barleys, the corn get planted, a little less of the later season crops, but we keep hearing about a cool, wet spring possibility, then we're going to see later season crops.
Randy Martinson with Martinson Ag Risk Management, thanks for joining us here today.